In a country where protests aren't tolerated, scenes like these are rare. Those taking part knew they were taking a risk, but they say the country's electoral commission has reduced the number of voting registration centres in Harare and other opposition strongholds. And the leader of the main opposition party, TSVANGIRAI, is concerned President Robert Mugabe's ruling ZANU-PF party will try and rig next year's election.
People went out there to fight for one person, one vote as the main theme to empower Zimbabweans. ZANU-PF over the last 37 years has denied Zimbabweans to vote.
Even people who weren't part of the protest got caught up in it. This was a show of force from the police. There's a nationwide ban on protests. People aren't allowed to come onto the streets and show that they're angry. Riot police and water cannon trucks are driving around the city trying to disperse people. People are running for cover as the police try to make sure.
Haru, come here. Come here. Open the door.
Opposition leaders have gone to court to try and overturn the ban. Judges may give a ruling in August. Next year will be Tsvangirai's fourth attempt to remove President Mugabe from power. Some political analysts say Tsvangirai's Movement for Democratic Change Party, MDCT, may need to change strategy.
They have not been able to fully utilize their capital, that is a capital in terms of popular support, in terms of having critical numbers of masses following them. They have not been able to fully utilize that. And part of that has resulted from the fact that in a way they have tried to fight ZANU-PF within the same ZANU-PF cultural framework.
Robert Mugabe has ruled Zimbabwe since independence from Britain in 1980. There is some concern about the 93-year-old's health. He cancelled a rally this week because he's in Singapore for the third time this year for what his officials say is a routine medical checkup. And infighting in his party over succession seems to be getting worse. Opposition supporters have vowed to keep up their protests despite the police crackdown. They are angry at the state of the economy and say it's time for Mugabe to step down. Haru, Mutasa, Jazeera, Harare.